Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. I hope you are all doing well. Listen, I've just finished work. I wanted to come live because obviously there's loads to dissect. Loads has come out post-match. The Leeds supporters advisory board that was basically put together by the club anyway, as a way of, maybe, I don't know, alienating the trust or whatever. I don't know, but this supporters advisory board has given a vote of no confidence. So no confidence given by the fans or those that speak for us, and I think that's fair enough. I think we can all agree with that. You've got our owner mid-game tweeting a message to Connor, another YouTuber. That's insanity in itself. This isn't on Connor by any stretch of the imagination. Loads of people going to why not? What have you done to this club? Anyone? And he's decided to respond. Now, I think the response is a way of him saving face, a way of going, he's so much pain, we'll go through what he said. We've got loads to share. We'll go through it all. Javi's still in charge. A lot of people think he's gone. I think he'd have gone. I think he'd have gone already because it's a PR. A PR spinner tonight for a poor result. Did they got rid of him? Maybe. This chat. Just let me say as well, because a few people have disagreed with me having Cooper on the thumbnail. Cooper is the club captain. I almost felt bad as I was asking my person who does my thumbnails for me, and then we seen the clips of them leaving the team hotel, and Cooper is the club captain and is responsible for the atmosphere within the squad. There's been images today of videos, if you like. Now, regardless, let me just say something. Regardless, of if we were going down or not. And I'm not trying... Listen, everyone reacts in different ways. But I got called every name under the sun for shedding a tear for Marcelo Bielsa. Now do you see why? Now do you see why? Because look at the state of it. Look at the state of the football club. In the space of 18 months. 18 months. The soul has been ripped out of it. Do you understand? We had a manager who came in and made the players on his first day pick up litter. Make them pick up litter. To make them understand. They didn't even know. They didn't even know what was going on. We've seen the recent interview with Pablo Hernandez, where he said none of us knew. He puts us in teams of 3 and he said, right, go pick up litter. And when they came back, he said, this is what the average fan has to do. We all know his quotes. We all know his quotes. Listen, I've got the videos ready. I'm going to show you the hotel video, yeah? I'm going to show you all this. Don't worry. But what I'm saying is, Pablo Hernandez said that had a profound effect on us. You know, we're seeing clips now. Listen, Marcelo Bielsa, during the height of COVID, when leaving Derby County, whatever you like, seen a disabled woman through a crowd of bodies waiting. He made them stop the car. He got out of the car, went over and cuddled her at the height of COVID, right? This is the kind of man that he was. And what that also does is then fosters that same attitude within the group. And as I said, Liam Cooper was here for part of that. Liam Cooper is the club captain and therefore is responsible for the attitude of the players. You know, he should be pulling them young ones. I've watched the video. I see Nonto. I see Somerville. I'm quite forgiving. They're young. They don't understand. They don't understand. But the club captain should be getting an hold of them and said, hey, you don't do that again. That little lad there, you make his day. You walk past him not even acknowledge him. But no, the club fucking captain did it as well. So anyone who disagrees with me having Liam Cooper on this thumbnail because it might hurt his feelings, you need to go take a long, hard look at yourself, in my opinion, because, nah. Gabe with the super chat. Thank you, Gabe. Bielsa working class. Exactly, football's for working class people, right? Whether the club asks the players to just get on the bus or not, unacceptable. Yeah, who cares? Who cares? Because guess what? The fact is, Gabe, they don't have to sign an autograph. They don't have to take a picture. At least say hello. At least acknowledge them. Not one of them does it. Not one of them. I'm going to show you some images anyway. Take the fine or scolding. They're no fine. What, for taking a picture? It's because they couldn't be arsed. Because they couldn't be arsed. Players have contempt for these fans. It is such a shame. Such a shame. We've seen images of the team coming in and leaving, and the atmosphere that was there when Bielsa was in charge. It's gone. It's just gone. It's just gone. But we're going to dial it right back because we've got loads to get through. We've got absolutely loads to get through first. So we'll start with, obviously, this happened at the end of the game when it sort of got released. I'm just having a look, I think. Yeah, no, I've seen Phil here tweeted, but it's not that. So we'll start with this first of all. Obviously, big shout out to Connor. He tweeted Andrea Radrazani. I could see a few of you haven't seen it, but Andrea Radrazani is obviously aware. Is obviously aware of what's going on in the Leeds Twitter space. They take a lot more credence to, with obviously what's going on. This is what I come back to again as well, folks, just before we go on to the tweet. We are a Premier League club that is run like a League One club. Do you genuinely believe, and whether you like this or not, I don't know, but do you genuinely believe that the owners of Arsenal, of Man United, to make that comparison, of Chelsea, well, maybe Todd Bowley, but look at the laughing stock they are, Man City, etc., are taking any credence from what YouTubers or people on social media are saying? Do you really? Do you think they have time for that? Do you think they have time for that? Nah, they don't. But our guy is tweeting a content creator. Do you know the last people who did this was like GFH? GFH, man. This is what it's like. Why even do it? Why get yourself involved? Sean says it's sad, not because the club has been relegated. It's sad all the hard work Bielsa has put into the club gone up in smoke. So I told people, be careful what you wish for. Maybe it was because I was a little bit older of age. Maybe it's because we'd had years of shite and I was a season ticket holder going week in, week out, seeing some of the dross that was served up that when I got Bielsa and seeing what he did to the football club and seeing the change in atmosphere amongst the fan base, I was like, oh my God. What's going on with my football club? So damn right I shed a tear. And I was right to do so. Because look at the state of it now. Look at the state of it now. It's mental. But this is what. So I know Connor had spoke to Radrazani previously. Radrazani had followed him. He'd asked him about the manager. If you remember, he tweeted out about the manager saying it was done when we all thought it was Carlos Corberán. Then it never got done. That was a tweet, a conversation that him and Connor had just before this. I've seen these where, he'd asked him, are we getting a manager? He said within 24 hours. And obviously we never got Corberán over the line. Then, Connor's tried to engage, doesn't get anything. And then obviously Connor's pissed off, rightly so, 3:26. And he replies within a minute, I am broken. I am responsible for this shit. Unacceptable. You don't deserve this. Ridiculous. So this is the owner of the football club initially responding. For anyone who says this is no cap, it is genuine. Do my tits in my. If you don't like it, people don't want to believe it anyway. But listen, that's on you, right? I'm not going to sit here and try and say, why would Connor make it up first and foremost? Because if he did, he'd just be opening himself up for ridicule. Like, who would do that? Because if you make that up, then Radrazani would go, I ain't tweeted that. Then who looks at it? Exactly. It just makes no sense. So for me, first and foremost, issue number one: why are you even responding to anybody, let alone a content creator? Like, I don't understand it. And again, I must stress, this isn't a reflection on Connor. He shouldn't be responding to me. It's not like, oh, why aren't you? It's nothing to do with that. The guy doesn't follow me. You know, that's not what this is about. I'm just saying, as from a professional standpoint, when your football club is going down the bin, why are you even responding? What did you hope to get from that? What did you hope to glean from that? Do you know what I mean? Because all you do is make it look stupid. Do you know what I mean? Just like when you're saying, get behind Bamba Dieng, replying to Ollie Ward, another YouTuber. Why? Get behind Bamba Dieng. The dude didn't even get on the flight. Or we are not dicking around with the playoffs, etc. You know, that was Angus. Maybe it's just, it's all bred with inside the football club. They just need a clean break. And then Radrazani saying it is impossible that we will be in a relegation dogfight. 10th we're good, 14th we're bad. Well, as it stands, 538 have got us going down now, folks. And you know, I take a lot into that. You know, I take a look into they've got us going down. Reason being is because the next two games we're getting 0. We're getting 0 points. We'll get battered by City. Facts. Battered. You know, genuinely, the mad thing is we broke our own record today for most goals conceded in a calendar month. This is what we do. And this is why we changed Bielsa, remember. This is why we changed Bielsa, because we're conceding too many goals. Mental. We've now conceded more under a guy that's apparently pragmatic. Make it make sense. Dressing gown indeed, man. Yeah, so we'll get battered by City, and then the atmosphere is going to be brutal. Brutal against Newcastle. Newcastle in top 4, licking their lips. They're going to spank us as well. They beat Southampton today after going behind. They beat Everton 5-1. Best believe we're on the end of it. Now, Jamie, I just want to address the Ayling thing. You cannot tell 100% what Luke Ayling says. Unfortunately, I'm not... Listen, in that scenario, he could be saying anything. Right, come on, let's get off the pitch. He's an elder statesman within the squad. I'm not going to have a go at Luke Ayling for something that we don't even know that he said. I've had a look at it. I'm not too sure personally. I'm not too sure what's been said. So, no, see, Alfie, I knew this. Joe's Luke's biggest fan. No, I'm Liam's biggest fan. He's on the thumbnail. No one's out of it. But what I'm saying is I'm not going to start lambasting someone for something we don't even know he said. I'm not having it. And listen, no disrespect. Yes, we are very precious about our football club, etc. The guy's just been battered 4-5-1, 4-1. Gets battered week after week. Gets battered by fans week after week, even when he's had good performances. And they're getting booed and all that sort of stuff. Rightly so. But all he's saying, big up Saeed, thank you, bro. All he's saying is saying, fuck this, come on, let's get off the pitch. Let's go. Fuck them off. Come on. Get the lads off. He could be saying that. Fuck them off. Cree, Nonto, fuck them off. Come on. In we go. That is it. I'm not going to then be going, oh, Luke Ayling, how dare you say that to us? He just played 90 minutes or whatever. You know, all that shit. It's heat of the moment. I'm not genuine. That's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with that. However, one thing I totally agree with is this next clip, right? This is an absolute disgrace. It's been picked up by every bloody aggregator sites going. Same as the Radrazani one, of course. You're getting battered. It's not a good look. It'll be all over the podcast that I listen to as well. It is not a good look. This is what I disagree with, because this isn't heat of the moment. This isn't 90 minutes of getting spanked up. This is before the game. I'm going to share this with you now so you can take a look at it. Even Piers Morgan started calling him a disgrace. This is the video. I don't know if you can... There's people asking for photos, etc. It's a disgrace for me, personally. They've probably waited there for hours. Watch this security guard, by the way, as well. Look at that little kid waving there, Cree, waving at Willie. Hello, Give me some attention. All he wants is a little wave or something back. Then watch what this idiot of a security guard does. He goes and stands in front of the little kid. What's he doing? Big man. Tit. Look, yes, Liam, they're saying, they're speaking to him. Captain, no headphones in, walk straight past. Walk straight past. These fans pay their wages, have gone down to Bournemouth, down to the South Coast to see their football club. You can see the joy on that lad's face. And not one of them have acknowledged him. Not even eye contact. I can understand not having time for a photo, not having time to sign an autograph. But that little kid's waving at them. And you can hear him. I don't know if you can hear this, but go on, Rodrigo. Go on, Rodrigo, they're saying. And this is what I'm saying. The club captain has to foster the attitude within the football club. And for me, that is not acceptable. Now, let's contrast that with this. Let's contrast that with this. This is our manager after Derby during the height of COVID, going over to see a disabled fan. What a guy. No wonder. No wonder. No wonder, man. There's more. Just to put it into context of how far this football club has fallen, because it is a disgrace. If you compare this with this, let's have a look. I wish you could hear all the fans there for them. This is under Bielsa. I mean, yes, admittedly, it's Ellen Road. Look at the difference. I wish you could hear the noise. The fans, yeah, the weather has a part. Yeah, it's not in a hotel, but look, man, you should hear the noise. That doesn't bother though. But there we go. That's what I'm saying. It's just, honestly, it's like chalk and cheese. It's a total we have right now. And for me, the owners, etc., have presided over this. 18 months of pure mismanagement has brought it to its knees. I mean, big shout out Hannah, who watches regularly. Big shout out to you. She put us still, and this puts it even worse. Look at that young'un. Oh, you can hear the noise. Perfect. You can hear it. This is what I'm saying, the difference. And look at that young'un there. You can see the joy in his face. And then everyone's, Dale, be pedantic, say more than 18 months. Whatever it is. That's by the by. But yes, this is the point, isn't it? The culture has gone. And look at that young'un there. And we're seeing, and this is what I'm going to say to you now. Now, you don't have to agree or disagree with me. You don't have to agree or disagree. I'm pissed off. But what I'm saying is, when the club try and salvage this, right, by getting that young lad and them people there and giving them shirts and all that jazz, don't forget it, because that's what they're going to do. Pure propaganda. But don't let them, because that's what they'll do. This is the same football club. As I said again, that is a Premier League club that is run like a League One club. Let's not forget they weren't paying contributors to people who wrote poems for certain videos, all this sort of stuff. They weren't getting paid. This is a Premier League football club. So do not let them come with the propaganda, because it will come. Trust. I listened to KG earlier on, who said, when they're doing the charity work. What I'm saying is, that little boy, when they do sort it out, he'll have the best day. And so should he. But what I'm saying is, don't let the club. Don't let them. And the players, disgrace. I want to hear from Cooper. I want to hear an apology. Yes, exactly, Chris. Exactly. You don't even pay some of the staff, let alone contributors that have done them, for nothing. It's a disgrace, really. It's an absolute disgrace. And for me, we're going down. Because we won't get anything from the next two games. That's fact. We're not beating City, are we? And we're not beating City. And this is the first time this season, by the way. This is the first time this season that we are according to 538 going to finish in the bottom three. Is it any wonder? No, because as I said, the next two games for us are a write-off. We've got City away and then Newcastle at home. It's done. It's done for me. You know, yeah, it's not great. Claire says, I just can't believe how ignorant the squad is. Don't go to pre-season games in any events due to how ignorant they are. Deserve to go down. Yeah, Bielsa would be disgusted. Exactly. This is the facts. This is the facts. Yeah, this is true as well. I know you was at the game as a Bournemouth fan. Big up to you being here and getting involved, bro. They were singing, "You're not fit to wear the shirt." No truer words spoken, though, right? No truer words spoken. Yeah, and this is any belief is gone as well, right? Amy Rogers says JUSTJOE, they've fired him. Leeds United tweet. It'll be one of the fake ones because people are making up fake ones as well. I seen that earlier on. Yeah, but I have no and every time we get beat, Bielsa's trending, man. I'm not saying, listen, we'd have gone down or anything, but it was a damn sight better than this. It was a damn sight better than this. A damn sight better than this, wasn't it? Let's be real. Because this is what I struggle to fathom is, right? And I know it's not Jesse. I know it's not Jesse now, it's Javi. But what I'm saying is we sacked a manager for conceding too many goals. And we're now have a new second manager after Bielsa, and we've conceded more. And we're playing the worst football I've seen for a long time. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. And Jesse isn't... Jesse, you know, naturally so. People are saying, how's Jesse doing now, Joe? Let's not be revisionists. Let's not rewrite history. The guy was taking us down also. He'd won 4 games in about 18 or whatever it was, and Javi's already won 3. Do you know what I mean? So let's not rewrite history. But that was wrong, because how can you have a succession plan so wrong and then sack Jesse and then not have a succession plan for him and end up with your 5th choice? Yeah, Chris is bang on the money. This isn't Jesse or Javi's fault, because neither of them ever should have been employed at Leeds United. It's Horta's fault, simple. And do you know what, though? And I think we all forget this. I know you haven't, Chris, but Radrazani employs him. What are you doing? What are you doing? What will it take for you to go? Because Horta will be on big money. Big money. At what stage are you going, I'm paying this guy, and this is a PR design? He's getting everything wrong. And actually, the PR thing's not Horta's fault. That's Radrazani's fault. He's his own worst enemy for that shit. Own worst enemy. But his ego, you know what I mean? And that's why part of the reason they want rid of Bielsa. Do you remember those that fell for it? And I'm not trying to be like, oh, because you know sometimes I'm always right. I get it. I know it's a personality trait that I have. I get it. Something I work on all the time, right? But do you remember those that fell for the tripe that Bielsa didn't want players? Do you remember that? And he wanted a small squad, etc. Now, he might have wanted that fact, but the club also were on board with that. And that shows you, because what they did in January, when we were just 3 points above the relegation zone, instead of signing a proven striker, they went for potential. Now, you buy for potential based on what? That you're going to be in the division, you're going to be able to recoup that cash. Now, are they going to be able to get any cash back on Rutter? He might have a relegation release clause. It's the arrogance. It's the arrogance of the football club to believe that they didn't have to go out and get a ready-made striker. They could go out and get someone that has potential. We might not even be in this fucking division. So how's he going to fulfill his potential? He might have a relegation release clause that sees him gone. The arrogance, again, of this board. The arrogance of the board to sack Jesse without a ready-made replacement. to think they could rock up at Rayo Vallecano, who were challenging for Europe at the time, to rock up at Championship West Brom and get Cobram when they were challenging for the playoffs at the time and on a very good run. The arrogance to think they could go get Arne Slot from Feyenoord, who was top of the Eredivisie in the last stages of the Europa League after winning the Europa Conference League the year before. The arrogance to think that they could do that. Then what? I hate to say it, we said Rafa Benitez. Was there even contact made? Nuno Espirito Santo, was there even contact made? They went for a cheap option because they went for the arrogance thing as well. They say, do you know what, would you? Because, listen, if Skubala would have got a win against Everton, we wouldn't even be talking about Javi. They tried to do it on the cheap that way. Again, arrogance, thinking that the team had enough, when every man and them dog could see it didn't have enough. Let's not forget, under Bielsa, we got the tweet, for sure, your new midfielder. They've always tried to do it on the cheap. Radrazani has wanted to make as much bang for his buck as he could. I can't even remember what he bought the football club, but he's already quids in. Yes, he's lost a lot of money in the way, but if we'd have stayed in the Premier League, he's getting like nearly $500 million, 470 million or whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? If he goes down to the Championship, he's only due about 100 and odd. But like's been reported in the Telegraph, there's a lot of chatter that Radrazani will stick around. Because he'll... Listen, PR man, this whole tweet to Connor thing, that's just to save face. Oh, I'm in so much pain. And then go down. If we go down, then it'll be, I will get you back up. No, he's just protecting his investment because the actual deal isn't due to be signed but they were going to cut ties this summer. But is Radrazani going to walk away from an extra 300 and odd million if he believes with parachute payments and relegation wage decreases and relegation clauses and selling players on, that he can have one full season, whack at it to try and return to the Premier League and then go, give me the money, show me the money. That's what I mean. And that's the worst thing for us. Because if Victor's still in situ, they have got one decision right. One decision. And that was Marcelo Bielsa. Do we, as a fan base, have confidence they will get the next appointment right? No. Because every manager they've tried to appoint has been poor. Hasn't it? It's been poor. How we can have any confidence in a man that believed Jesse Marsh, who, by the way, Victor Orta was talking to for a year. All these people that say, oh, it's the American, it's nothing to do with them. Victor Orta was speaking to Jesse Marsh for over a year. Jesse talking too much again. Let that out, didn't he? For over a year. He was all ready to succeed Bielsa. Nothing to do with the 49ers. All on Victor Orta. A year. And he didn't change his mind. Crazy. Joe Knight says, big up to you, Joe. Found your channel after we won 5-1 and stuck around because I felt your passion. Hope you can stay up, but it might be too late. Thank you, Joe Knight. And this is what I love, that we do get a lot of fans from other clubs staying along. So it's nice to see. So thank you for that, bro. It means a lot. Sorry, Alfie, runner-up. Sorry. Can't get it all right, can I? Cut me some slack. You can't see it as in no, I can. I mean, the Telegraph are reporting that he could could stick around, and it wouldn't surprise me. It genuinely wouldn't surprise me. Rads is buying into Milan. I mean, he was also buying Salernitana, weren't he, last season? Last couple of seasons, he was buying Salernitana or whatever it was. Guy's a chancer. He's clearly made his money. Don't get me wrong, you don't get that rich if you're not a thing, but his dad was rich, right? His dad was wealthy, I don't know. True, Mr. Dodo. I don't know. I just, too much backlash he has to go. But listen, we've already seen. Will it allow him? No, I agree with you, Tok. That's what I'm saying. I agree with you, Tok, in the sense that saying, I'm not sure the 49ers are 100% on board. I don't know the ingoings and outgoings. He's not been sacked, folks. It's fake, that thing. Ash just asking Joe Donahue whether or not Javi's been sacked. Yeah, it's going to be rough, innit? It's going to be rough. I don't know. Harry says, "Hey mate, Burnley fan here. Hope you guys stay up. Massive club and want to do Ellen Rose next season. Good luck. Cheers, mate. We need it. I don't think we're staying up though. People saying tomorrow he's sacked. Richard Ross mentioned it a few times. Maybe he's at ITK. But yeah, I don't know if we've enough anyway. Do you know what I mean? It's a mute point now. The only way Leeds United will stay up is if there's 3 worse teams than us, because we're not going to do it ourselves. We don't have the facilities for it. The club doesn't have the mentality for it. The club don't care enough. Yeah, they don't care enough, and this squad needs major surgery. I honestly, I sound ungrateful. I am really grateful for Radrizzani when he came in, and the chances we'd had up until that point. You know, GFH, Bates, and then Chilino. Chilino was a madman. And he has changed it. I mean, we're a Premier League club, and you know they were the ones that employed Bielsa. But it's a case of like, what is it? You leave or you stay long enough to become the enemy or whatever. I don't know. You know the saying. But the far outstayed the welcome now. Do you know what really pisses me off? What really gets to me? Because again, I fell for the whole passion merchant thing. Oh, Victor, he's misunderstood. He just loves it. Him telling the fans, sack of the board. Sack of the board after coming back from 3-1 down to Bournemouth. What an absolute wanker. That is it. He is that. An absolute, yeah, you die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. What's that off Batman? Is it Batman? I've just quoted Batman. Is it off Batman or not? I think he says it. I just sat here quoting, thinking I'm like Aristotle on that, and I'm quoting fucking Christian Bale, Dark Knight. Might get that as a tattoo. Said by Christian Bale. I'm Batman. Yeah, it's from Batman. I love that. I can't believe I've quoted Batman. I was thinking I'm some sort of fucking poet. I'm Batman. Yeah, mental. Loving the late night therapy, says Vinny. Yeah, I'm with you, bro. I've just finished work, but I was going to do this tomorrow, but it's bank holiday, so I'm taking my kids out for the day. I'm like, nah. So I messaged them. I said, look, you're not at school. Let's go out. Let's just take my mind off football. I cannot wait for this season to finish, genuinely, regardless of what division we're in. I'm off away. I'm away. Honestly, I can't. This has took it out of me, man. It's took it out of me this year. Last year I was all right because I had Bielsa for part of it. Yeah, and now it's just gone bad to worse. Batman quotes, Sakada Joe. McGabe, don't be throwing shade at Batman. He's unreal. I'd love to know what the truth is. Team is split. What do you mean? What do you mean? Quinn's dude. What do you mean? Team split by what? Oh, don't, Chris, man. Chris. The fat chancer. The fat controller. Seen him. Fat controller, man. What an absolute knob. Yeah. Can't wait till he's gone as well. What do you mean? Oh, yeah. Quinn's dude. Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it? Yeah, it's interesting because how has it gone so bad from halftime? How has it? Oh, Chris, don't, man, Chris. Chris. I remember running up the second thing and went, oh, my balls. And I swear, I still to this day don't know if he said, you've got to have balls first, Joe, as I ran past. And I thought to myself, did he say that to me? Did he say it? And I'm not too sure. But it was one of them where he was trying to have banter and he just went. And I always, honestly, Chris, because things stay with me head, bro. I can't lie. I wish I could have got some clarity because I'd have just gone through him with the dose of salt. Said, who are you talking to, fat boy? On your bike. On your bike. With the rest of the League One conglomerate that's running the football club. Fuck off. You know what I mean? Piss me off. Lee Gunner, big up to you. He says, big up, man, you'll stay up, but it ain't the Leeds I grew up watching, fella. Them players ignoring the fans should all be binned. Exactly, bro. This is what I'm saying. And it's not the Leeds that you've seen on the football pitch either. You know what I mean? They oh man, they just don't care, bro. They don't care. Joe, you can just about go through a pack of hobnobs. What do you mean, party boy? Cody Drama, though, one day once away. Forget, it's bigger than that, though, isn't it? It's like until Radvazani and that bin off, it's bad. But this is what I'm saying. This is what makes the club look even worse, right? Is now that Radvazani's tweeting, that's everywhere. All the big aggregator accounts have got hold of it. You know, we had Barstool Sports that's over in America saying, give that little lad our digits because we're gonna send him a signed Tyler Adams shirt. Do you know what I mean? They're coming out before the football club. So these are like big social media presences. Makes us look like tits. Makes us look like tits. Jamie, man, please don't. Jamie, man, you're not being serious right now, is it? I ain't got time for this, bro. I ain't got time for it. Honestly, it's nearly 12 o'clock. Would sack Gracia and appoint Stuart Dallas and Coops? No. I would have been on that, bro. I would have been on that. But having seen them come off that bus, they can all do one. They could do one, honestly. How was work? Long, mate. Boring. I've been watching The Hunt for Raoul Moat, to be honest. Do you remember that? Mental, weren't it? There's an ITV, so I was watching that while I was working and then jumped on it. It's funny, if you did your job wrong, you would be sacked. I think the players should be fined. They won't do, though. They should, you know, you got Tottenham out here, you know, giving money to you know, you've got Tottenham out here giving the refunds back. So should these. I want to see an apology, first and foremost, for the captain. He's normally pretty in tune with stuff like this, is Liam Cooper. So I'm expecting it. Still have seen it. I'm not one for tagging players, but I know they've been tagged in stuff. Luke Ayling would have seen all this stuff where he's apparent. I'm not buying into that. So, yeah, mental, Damar. Mental. But this is, people come for a release, right? They'll also be going, yeah. Or they'll be going, yeah, you're chatting shit, Joe. But it is what it is. I get it. Gaza and his fishing rod, yeah, turning up with chicken and that. What a madman. I know Raoul, like. Yo, Raoul, it's me, Gaza. Remember, from Bijou. Anyway, we shouldn't. Gaza's turned up with a fishing rod and 4 beers claiming to be friends with Raoul Moat. I know, Lee. I know, bro. If you haven't watched that program, it's good though. The Hunt for Raoul Moat. He gave him the runaround, indeed, didn't he? But yeah, it was a bit mad. The first episode, yeah, crazy times. But again, man, don't get me started on the state of the country. They had warnings about him. And they did nothing on it. Did they? They let him just go and do what he did. That poor guy, that Chris, the karate dude. The police were aware and they did nothing about it. Not even Chubby G could. Oh, I don't know about that. It's a violation, bro. It's a violation, man. Don't worry about that. It's a violation. Chubby G can cheer you up. Trust me. It's a violation, man. Adonna. I love Adonna. I love the first series of People Just Do Nothing's just elite. Oh, here we go. Right, come on, let's give Jamie his airtime. The board doesn't play on the pitch. They buy the players, yes. Every player we have signed in the last 2 years, I guarantee you was buzzing when they announced. So did I. These players aren't shit. They just need someone to come in and have tactics what they can all get on board with. Okay. So the board, not culpable, nor are the players, or the manager. Okay. Okay. So what do I say to you, Jimmy? Right, okay, let's think about it. Let's think. I'm trying to think of it in a logical sense. Okay. I'm just looking at items around me here. Right, so I've got a work laptop. I've got a laptop here. My work also gives me a keyboard, right, that I don't use. Okay. Now, that keyboard's never been out of its box, right? Okay. Do I need 2 keyboards? Do I need 2 keyboards? Shall I stockpile keyboards even though my charger's broke? Shall I leave the charger, yeah, and just keep buying keyboards? Right? Even though I don't need keyboards. So in our squad, I guess the keyboards represent a winger. This is a winger, yeah? Now, the charger is just one defender. But we go, do you know what? You don't need the charger. You don't need the charger. Just keep buying the keyboards. But the keyboards won't work if your laptop's not charged, Joe. Yeah, it don't matter though, because I'll have more keyboards. And then what I'll do is I'll bring in Joe, yeah, who has no fingers. So he can't press the keyboard. Now that might symbolize getting a manager who likes to play narrow, but you keep buying him wingers. Yeah? So, Joe, I'm going to keep buying you keyboards, even though you don't need them, because you have no fingers and can only talk into your computer. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you like that? that makes some sort of sense, right? It did to me. He's already gone. Well, listen, come with silly questions, you get silly answers, isn't it? Joe, please don't entertain it. It's not worth it. Anyone who thinks that the board are not culpable here is just wild. It is, honestly, it's wild. Jamie, if you're not going to get it now, you're never going to get it, bro. You're never going to get it. I thought you nailed it. I thought I nailed it as well, bro. Sack of the keyboard, innit? I enjoyed that analogy as well, John, yeah? You're giving me a keyboard. I've got no fingers to use it. I don't really need it. Give the job to Michael Normington. Yeah, any of us would do a better job at this point, wouldn't it? Let's press escape. Yeah, delete. Well, this is what I try and do, innit? This is what I try and do. Gabe says, this just in, Leeds to make bid for Barcelona Academy keyboard who has no use in 5 years of office space occupancy, or to pay 35 million quid for said keyboard. Yeah. Or to goes to buy an Atari keyboard or something, a reclamation project. He's gone to an antiques roadshow and found a typewriter, and he's going to try and reinvigorate that typewriter. It's mad, isn't it? It's mad. Control Alt Delete. Indeed. Tyler says up the Clarets. Fair play to you, mate. Fair play to you. I didn't give you any hope. So I want to say fair play. Gary O'Neill should be up there with manager at season. He won't get it, but he should be there. He should be there. So big up to you, mate. You deserve it. We were rubbish and didn't deserve anything from the game, and have been for weeks. Mike Grella. Oh, see, this is what happens. You see, this is what happens. So Mike Grella, obviously formerly of Leeds United, American descendant as well. Was he Mike Grella or was he Aussie? No, Mike Grella was American, wasn't he? Yeah. He coming out and saying absolute honour to wear the Leeds United shirt. Should never be taken lightly, ever. Do you know what I mean? So we've even got ex-players coming out now saying this. Do you know what I mean? So this is what happens when your players go on like they have done. You know what I mean? You say cherries, not clarets, Joe. Did I say cherries? No. Did I set up the clarets, man? It's late, man. What time is it? It's 12:05, people. It's 12:05. The dedication from your boy is just it's unrivaled in the Leeds space, man. The self-proclaimed hardest working man in the YouTube game. That's what I say. That is self-proclaimed, though. Yeah. Leeds United are a disgrace. Victor, all of them, man. Victor and Orta, they're the same person. God forbid if there was two of them. Oh man, I'm seeing people trying to say that getting rid of Jesse wasn't the right decision. That's lunacy. Can we just stop with the lunacy? Please. Big up to you, Gary. That wasn't even intentional. Can we stop with the lunacy about that as well, by the way? Because that's a mad one. I've seen some comments coming in on my post-match, and I'm like, really? Are we going to do that? The worst decision the football club made, even if we don't go back to sacking Bielsa, it was not backing him. It was not backing him. That was the problem. That was the problem. That we did not back him. You know. That's not on it. That's not on him. I'm just trying to find this comment where I was like, oh my God. Give me one sec. Because it proper ground, it really got me going. Sometimes they do. I do read all your comments. I do remove some of yours as well. Oh, I think I removed him actually, so he can just like go into the ether. You never know when you've been removed. Oh, right, okay. This was it. When Joy's jumping to conclusions about Rad's motivations, you can almost guarantee he's wrong. Rads has had longer than 18 months total mismanagement because he hasn't been managing. He's allowed Orta to manage the football club for him. One sec. I mean, if Orta then who decision has to be made. Maybe he should have hired Joe instead of signing rubbish players. Oh, this was it. This was the kicker. This was the kicker that really made me laugh, right? I'm going to have to share it with you. I mean, big up to you, bro, whoever you are. Like, but honestly, it's just mad at this point. So he says here, this is the best bit. He should have hired Joe to do Orta's job, right? Instead of signing rubbish players, managers, and struggling to stay in the division, we could be spending the entire season's budget on chocolates and flowers to try and woo Bielsa back as we played in League One football with the Bielsa boys. Like, what is this stupid lunacy? Like, by these comments, it's backing the board like, oh, Orta's actually done a good job. We should have given it Joe because he'd have tried to get Bielsa. What I don't understand in this notion, right now is, what would you rather have? What would you rather have? Really? It was funny, Theo, but also really did get me going as well. I was like, dickhead, man. Are you like Vic? Yeah, like people say, Victor on his burner account. Mental. To say, like, well, I said then I'd be careful what you wish for, but yeah, flowers and chocolates. Yeah. Do you know what, though? I did think about this. David Lunn, I see your comments, yeah? I see all your comments. Has Rad's contacted you yet, Joe? Do you know? No, because do you know if he contacted me? Genuinely. No, I would tell him to fuck off. Is what it is. Is what it is. And not of course, like, I'd never be one to toe the line. Does that make sense? I think I had some opportunities to do like he did like a video with Tom Kerwin and Ellen Road and stuff. But that was all because things was going well. And I was so in love with Bielsa and stuff. They won't ask me now, and I won't want to be asked, because I'm not gonna change, like, I don't know, not temper what I have to say. Do you know what I mean? It's not for me. It is what it is. The reason Leeds are shit is because of you and Conor McGilligan. You're effing evil, aren't you? Says Mr. Anthrop. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I don't know if you're just looking for bites or whatever, but I don't know. Ted says elite comment. What's Ted said? Let's have a look. Let's try find what Ted says. I can't find it. Come on, Joe. Leeds need to stay up to send Everton down. I don't think we're staying up, man. I don't know what Ted said. I can't find it, unfortunately. Corey says, can't wait till we feast on Leeds at home. Be nice, Corey. Haaland hat-trick. Probably double hat-trick, mate. He might get 6. He might get 6. At least he's a Leeds fan, though. Yeah, Theo, I know. Give it to Max and Jer for the rest of the season. Yeah, potentially. Players have checked out. No way we're staying up yet. I'm surprised Raz hasn't asked me on Twitter yet. I at him so much, says Juan. Yeah, it's not looking great, is he? I don't know where we go. Like, who do you... I also still think in the back of my mind, is it crazy to sack him now? Because they've not got no contingency plan for Championship. I'm not having that they have, because I believe the arrogance of them believed that they were getting Premier League and staying in the Premier League. But now that Iriola, Slot, whoever they want, is not coming in now, are they? They're not coming in the Championship. So now what do we do? Genuinely. I've seen Alex has just mentioned it, but I've seen Ash mention Vieira. I'm not his biggest fan, but at this moment in time, I don't think it'd be that bad. I'd still be trying to contact Rafa. I still think now, why didn't we go for Rafa? Because had we have gone down, he'd have stayed. Shall I tell you why they didn't go for Rafa? Because they didn't want to fucking pay him. That's why. Brendan Rodgers, again, he's not going to come. With Rodgers isn't going to come now because he has the Championship hanging over him. You could maybe be able to convince Benitez because he's been there before. You get the 49ers to speak to him and say, listen, we're going to invest. Yes, we're going to have to lose some players, but we believe we can get back at first time of asking. And with you in charge, we could do that. Paul Hickenbottom, though. Johnny Woodgate, no. Grovel and get Marcelo back. I mean, I did think earlier, the ultimate, like Chelsea did with Lampard, but obviously it's gone tits up because Lampard's a rubbish manager and they've never done it. But obviously Bielsa isn't a rubbish manager. But if the 49ers came in and just reinstated him, man, it'd be amazing. It would be absolutely amazing. Paddy Kenny tweeting out as well, wow, this is embarrassing. Can't believe what I've watched with this and Arsenal recently. It's a joke and the show should be ashamed. Well, Paddy Kenny's a Yorkshireman, and he gets it, folks. Those Yorkshiremen are sound. Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, people are all bloody going wild on Twitter. People fighting with each other. It's mad, isn't it? Anyway, it's what it is. Get no, bring us back up. I don't know anybody in it. Anybody. But I think at this stage, 55 minutes in, the club's in absolute disarray. Tomorrow, folks, like I say, I'm out during the day. Obviously, if anything happens, then I'll see what I can do. But tomorrow, I don't know why I'm putting myself through it, but you just never know. But Leicester play Everton, so we'll have all eyes on that. We'll watch that. We won't drop into the drop zone this weekend. Might come next weekend, but that all depends on other results. But I'll be live tomorrow night from about 7:45. Don't be depressed with the boss as a fan of your channel. Cheers, Declan. Thank you, mate. Listen, it's like it was 11:15. We had over 1,000 people in the stream. It's amazing. Like, pat on the back. Thank you all for being here, because it's like a joint therapy session, right? But tomorrow night, Leicester Everton, and then after that, 10 o'clock, 10:30, we've got the final word. Yeah, Leeds United fan, final word tomorrow night as well. So yeah, we'll be here for final word, and then we'll start to look ahead to what sure is going to be one hell of a hiding. One hell of a hiding against Manchester City on Saturday at 3 o'clock, which I think is a Sky game. So we'll see. Listen, thank you. I'm going to go sleep now. I'm going to finish the Hump for Realmo. I've got like 40 minutes left on it. And then I'm going to catch up on some WWE, I think. Yeah, anyway, peace out now. Thanks for being here. And yeah, final word will be spicy. Some can't make it, some can, but we'll make sure we've got enough in the house. Don't worry about it. Oh, actually, before we go, I forgot to do this, man. I forgot to do this. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Let me just, I forgot the main reason why we came on initially before obviously everything came out, was the supporters advisory board. I forgot to go through this. This was one of the reasons why we came live. So the supporters advisory board put together this statement to say that they've given a vote of no confidence. So I'll quickly share this with you. So the Square Ball tweeted it out. I know it's been going out. I know one of the people that's actually on the supporters advisory board actually, who said like they were struggling with it because obviously they work with these people, so it's difficult to give this vote of vote of no confidence. But this is what they had to say. So it says, after the result and performance of the team today, the Leeds United Supporters Advisory Board would like to place on record its lack of faith in the current management team at the club, which they'll be fuming about because they put this together. But, be careful what you wish for, people. The Supporters Advisory Board have been supportive of many decisions this year and will always work with the club to improve the way the club connects with its supporters and communities. So it is only right that we also address the current performances and the situation we are now faced with. Leeds United fans have and will always support our club through its ups and downs. But with 4 games left, this situation is no longer sustainable. The narrow escape from relegation last season should have been the catalyst for a season of growth, but this season has now turned into a humiliating disaster. The appointment of Jesse Marsch, a style of play so different from that of Marcelo Bielsa, the sacking of Marsch after the transfer window had closed, the hiring of a 5th choice manager, the purchase of a 35 million striker who has played hardly any minutes. In a relegation dogfight, the costly and embarrassing mistakes made in the Jean-Kevin Augustin case, there have also been far too many questionable decisions and people must be made accountable. The players must also take responsibility for their abject performances and lack of professional pride since half-time against Crystal Palace. To pull on that famous white shirt is something that us fans can only dream of, yet it seems that some of the squad don't have the fight for this battle. We are therefore asking for immediate changes to be made to the first team coach and to those responsible for the recruitment of the managers and players who have been brought in over the last 14 months. Victor Orr. We would like to place on record our thanks and gratitude to the many staff at both Thorpe Arch and Elland Road who worked tirelessly to make Leeds United a club that all those who support can be proud of. The Supporters Advisory Board are due to meet with the club this coming week and hope that they are able to respond to this statement before the meeting takes place. It's going to be interesting to see what happens over the next couple of hours, or sorry, tomorrow, to see if they respond to that, to see if we hear from Cooper, to see if we see, you know, propaganda. Don't fall for that propaganda. Don't fall for that propaganda. That's all I'll say. Don't be negative if it's a charity tweet or all, but if it's something for the club, like we fight on, just tell them to F off. Kian says, get Rads on the final word, send him a DM. You got to be following me. He's I'm not on the follower. Is the network still on, Tommy G? Yeah, man, that's what it's about, bro. I love that. I love that. No airs and graces, isn't it? But yeah, listen, this time it is goodbye. I'm gonna go. Is the WWE network still a thing? Because I can get it on my PlayStation. If it is, I'm getting it. But yeah, shows your face reaction if and when Big Sam comes in. Listen, at this stage, is Big Sam that bad of a shout? Probably not. Probably do better than what Grazia would, wouldn't he? Let's be real. Thanks, Tommy G. Right, I'm going to see you now. Peace out, folks. I love you and leave you, and have an amazing... Well, it's tomorrow now, isn't it? Have an amazing day, and thank you all for being here at this late hour. Over 1,000 people. Amazing. We don't need PR. We need points. Tell that to Brad Razani. See you.